Hello there. Hey Star Wars fans, Brodalorian here with a lightsaber review video. If you know me, you know I like to make stuff, obviously. Love making helmets and things, but I also love collecting lightsabers, and I have a few now, but this one is by far my favorite. My favorite character in Star Wars is Obi-Wan Kenobi. And my second favorite character is probably General Kenobi, and my third favorite character is probably Ben Kenobi. So I love Obi-Wan Kenobi. He's my favorite. And I have a few of his lightsabers. I have one from Revenge of the Sith. This is the SP Sabers High Ground. And then I also have the Negotiator here, which is the Vader's Vault Clone Wars animated version of the lightsaber. The Geonobi, which is the lightsaber Obi-Wan used in the arena in Attack of the Clones. And now I have this, the Desert Wanderer by KR Sabers, and this is the replica to the lightsaber Obi-Wan used in the Kenobi series on Disney+. So a couple really cool things about this. Like I said, this is produced by KR Sabers, and it doesn't quite look like this when you get it from them unless you order it weathered. And this weathering's been done by Multiverse Props, and they really do a phenomenal job. You can see all of the dark areas around the neck pieces, and how this is just kind of slightly sanded off the like aluminum black up here. But yeah, and then every little scratch on the hilt, like everything's meant to be there. But yeah, they did a really good job. And yeah, so you can kind of get an idea. That's one of my favorite things about the Kenobi series, is that they took his lightsaber and kind of did like a in between the Revenge of the Sith and what we see in A New Hope, which is really super weathered and looks like a relic almost. So the fact that they did some weathering to kind of show an in-between stage of the two movies, I think is really cool. But yeah, so let's get into this. So this was installed, this is a custom install, so you buy this completely empty, there's nothing in it, and then you can get the parts and have someone install it or install it yourself. I got the Master Chassis version from Goth 3D, which is just a beautiful chassis. I'll show you here in a second. Beautiful chassis made with real premium parts, like printed in brass and stuff like that. And they're just wonderful. But to install them is like a whole new level of installing, because you have things like spinning crystal chambers and little doors that open up, lots of LEDs that blink all over the place. I'm talking about it a lot. Why don't I just take it out? So we'll go ahead and open this guy up. And here is our master chassis. And before I light this up, let me talk about the weathering on this just for a minute. So this has actually been weathered by me. Let's see if I can get my camera to focus. So these parts were a lot shinier, almost looked gold actually, when I first got them, and I weathered them all up before Solo Sabers installed this for me. And it's the only thing I have footage of in this build. I went to a Saber meetup with a bunch of guys from the community, and Jeremy was there, and he actually installed this early in the morning while I was sleeping in, and I woke up at like noon or something, and he's like, here's your Saber, it's completely done. I got no video of it, but I mean, bless that guy. Like, I can't believe he did it all in just the morning before I woke up. So Jeremy, Solo Sabers, you're an awesome dude. Thank you so much for installing this. I'll get to that install here in just a second, show you a little more of what this does. But let's talk about the weathering real quick. Alright, so I got the box here and all the pieces. You can kind of see how bright and shiny this brass is when I first got it. But yeah, so super simple process. I just grabbed a brush, a Scotch-Brite pad, and this brass black that I got off of Amazon. I think the brand name of it is Birchwood Brass Black. But yeah, so I paint it on and then wipe it off, paint it on, wipe it off until you get the color you're trying to achieve. I did try to apply it down in the center pieces and the lower parts first as much as I could to keep that top kind of still shinier. And what I ended up doing is just taking, painting the whole thing with brass black, and then taking my Scotch-Brite pad and scratching off some of the brass black on the higher parts. So the lower parts end up looking darker and the higher parts end up looking brighter. And then in the end, after I was done with all these pieces, I decided to do one more step just to kind of bring, oh, here's a nice shot. So there's the color before and after. But yeah, so after I did all the pieces in the brass black, I wanted to bring just a little bit of shine back to this because it was a really nice shiny piece. And the brass black really takes away from that shine. So last thing I did is took my Dremel and a polishing wheel and just polished all of the high areas that I wanted to show some shine on. But yeah, I think taking the polishing wheel to it really just kind of added a little bit in the end, so you can see just a little bit of, light reflecting off of that brass still, so it still has a nice shine to it. But yeah, let's get into the actual install. So yeah, let's fire this bad boy up. So on the back here, you got your battery cover and then a little switch. Go ahead and turn that on.
Hello there.
And there we go. This thing is so cool. We got some NeoPixels running up the sides, and then we have our crystal chamber. Let's see if I can get this little door open. There we go. This little door on the front there, so you can see in there. And then it also has an OLED screen, which, let me turn it off and back on.
I will do what I must.
And on the OLED screen here, it says Solo Sabers. So installed by Jeremy of Solo Sabers. But yeah, when this, so you have this effect scrolling on the sides, and the crystal is kind of doing this glow where it kind of gets dimmer and then brighter. But let's go ahead and turn this on. You'll see everything kind of changes. So the side starts blinking faster, and now we have, there you go, you can see the crystal chambers now spinning, and we also have our battery life up on the OLED screen. We have some pixels up at the top here, and yeah, it's just so cool. And then if you switch fonts, all of these things are programmable. So let me go ahead and, I only have 2 fonts on here. I have, oh, what is it? Ben, I think maybe, by Kyberphonic. And I also have, I don't remember what the other font's called. Is it What Remains? I also have the Darth Vader font from the Rematch bundle from Kyberphonic, but let's go ahead and switch to that, and you'll see what I got going on here.
Where is he?
So now we got a red crystal, and I changed the NeoPixels on the side here to be green, because I figured it kind of matches the control boxes on Vader's belt. And then when you ignite it, now we have some red glowing pixels on the side, crystal chamber. It's just looking amazing.
It's just Ben these days.
There we go. So let's go ahead and throw this back in the saber. But yeah, I mean, how cool is this? I mean, when you see a lightsaber, you don't think much about what it might look like underneath, or at least, I mean, I do, but I would imagine most people don't. But that's the coolest thing about this saber now, is that when I open it up and pull the chassis out, it's got all this going on, and it just seems more like, dare I say, more like a real lightsaber. Like, I would imagine they look a bit more like this underneath if lightsabers were real. So, yeah, we'll go with that. But let's go ahead and throw this back in. And there we go. Sounds really, really good. Not every live action replica hilt is going to sound as good as this. Like, for example, I don't know, a Darth Maul lightsaber where you have speakers in the middle of the hilt trying to shoot out. I mean, I'm sure there are some that sound good, but like I said, not every live action replica is going to sound that great because it needs to look the part more than it needs to have good sound venting and stuff. But on this one, sorry, a little loud. It sounds really nice. So we have a little bit of a light diffuser in the top of this emitter, which is super nice. So you kind of can see it lit up when you're not using it. And then it comes with a second emitter. And the second emitter is for a full-size 1-inch blade. So let's go ahead and just swap these out quick and then we'll show you all lit up. Alright, we got the blade in, and yeah, let's just bring the lights down a little. And here we go. Desert Wanderer lightsaber.
Where is he? It's just bad these days.
And there we go. Just want to do a quick review on this lightsaber just because it is the coolest lightsaber ever, in my opinion, at least the coolest one in my collection. But yeah, special thanks to everyone I've mentioned so far in this video. KR Sabers for producing it, Multiverse Props for weathering it beautifully, Solo Sabers for doing an amazing install. I can't believe, you wouldn't believe the number of wires in this thing. It's pretty incredible work that anyone can install this. But Jeremy, you are a pro, thank you so much. And Kyberphonic for making the sounds that I have on here. The font package from the Kenobi series, I believe, is called the Rematch Bundle. So yeah, go check out kyberphonicfonts.com to get those fonts. But yeah, that's it, guys. Thanks for joining me with another video, and may the force be with you all. Catch you in the next one.